Juliet is waiting for Romeo, and Nurse, in a panic, comes to tell Juliet that Tybalt is dead and Romeo has been banished. After verbally shaming Romeo and Nurse agreeing with her, Juliet shows her remorse and tells her that she is wrong for criticizing her husband and regrets criticizing him herself. She does not want to be alone and wants to meet her husband so that they can run away to Mantua, and she does this by telling Nurse that she wants to give her his ring as a sign when ready.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring a cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, that runaway's eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked and obscene. Lovers can see to do their amorous rights by their own beauties, or if love be blind, if best agrees with night, come, civil night, and learn me how to lose a winning match. Played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmanned blood, bathing in my cheeks, with thy black mantle till strange love grow bold. Think true love acted simple modesty. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day and night. For thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come gentle night, come loving black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, yet not yet enjoyed, so tedious to this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes, and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavily eloquent. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch.
Aye, the cords.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Ah, well a day, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, thou heaven cannot. O Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it Romeo.
What devil art thou, that dost torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou no. Say thou but I, and that bare bowel I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. I am not, if there be such an eye, oh, those eyes shut, that make the answer I, and if he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound, I saw it with my eyes. God saves the mark, here on his manly breast, a piteous course, a bloody piteous course, pale, pale as ashes, all debut in blood, all in gory blood. I swounded at the night.
Oh, break my heart, poor bankrupt, break at once. To prison eyes, ne'er look on liberty. Vile earth, to earth reign, and motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, an honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see the dead.
What storm in this that blows so contrary? And is Romeo slaughtered and Tybalt dead? My dear love cousin, or my dear lord, then dreadful trumpet sound the general doom. For who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas, today it did.
Oh, serpent heart hid with the flowering face, did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, dove-feathered, wolvish ravening lamb, despised substance of divinest show, just opposite to what thou truly seemst, a damned saint, an honorable villain. O nature, what hadst thou to do in hell, when thou didst bower the spirit of a fiend, and moral paradise of such sweet flesh? Was ever a book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that decent should dwell in such a gorgeous place.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissimilar. Oh, where's my man? Give me some these griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame, come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue, for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame he is ashamed to sit. For 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned. Sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name? When that villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you, mistaking, offer up to joy. And my husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead, that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort, wherefore weep I then. Some word there was, worser than Tybalt's death, that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory, like damned guilt, seeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That one word banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough, and it had ended there. Or if sour woe delights in fellowship, and needly will be ranked with other griefs. Why followed not, when she said Tybalt's dead, thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which modern lamentations might have moved. With the rear word following Tybalt's death, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, no measure bound, and that word's death. No words that can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse, will you go to them? I will bring you there.
Wash they his wounds with tears, mine shall be spent, when theirs are dry, for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords, poor ropes, you are beguiled, both you and I, for Romeo is exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed, but I, a maid, die maiden widowed. Come cords, come me, nurse, I'll to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Hie to your chamber, I'll find Romeo, to comfort you, I won't well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll tell him he is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him, give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
My research has helped my acting company a lot for the overall interpretation in many ways. For example, my research was able to further explain the setting of the play. So since the play took place during the Renaissance, they didn't have cars, which was why the nurse was so tired after having to physically walk across town to find Romeo. As a result of this, our acting company will be making the nurse look very tired as she enters the scene. Another component of my research that helped us create an interpretation of the scene was how love and immaturity were common thematic elements associated with this play. Based on that research about how those were reoccurring themes in this play, I'm going to recommend adding a little of twirling of thumbs and silly girly behavior to the opening part of the scene where Julia is talking to herself about how much she wants Romeo to be with her. This would show how love and immaturity play a role because Juliet will be twirling her thumbs, which is something younger women do, and that love part comes in as she just can't stop thinking about her true love, Romeo.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I thought you were pushing me out.